Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story called Poor Little Saturday. It was published by the author of The Wrinkle in Time, Madeline L'Engle. It's in this book that we've been doing a short story from it previously in the fantasy section called Visions of Fantasy. It's edited by Asimov and Martin Greenberg for you folks. I did a Isaac Asimov short story, and this was between novels, and that happened last night. On a Friday night, I didn't have that much time to knock out a novel, my normal 2 hours of reading, so I just knocked out a 22-page short story, and it's about 35 pages. They're about 35 minutes long, so I still knocked out something for you folks. I bought this when I was in junior high, doing a deep dive into fantasy. It was published in 1989, the collection was. For you folks, so that's pretty cool. I'll link you to Visions of Fantasy below in case you're interested in trying to read this short story. So let's go ahead and get started with my review of Poor Little Saturday. So what's happening is that we're getting told our point of view character is a young man who is suffering from malaria in the south of Georgia. In the south, he's suffering from malaria pretty regularly and so forth as he's growing up. And then he mentions that he no longer suffers from it anymore before he was cured. He also mentions in the first few pages that he met a witch because of his malaria in the city, small little city, rural town, if you will, that he's growing up in. So we're going to meet the witch. And Alexandra, who he also mentions, is the reason why he doesn't like her, the witch, anymore, because she introduced her to Alexandra. So we're going to find out more about that and so forth in the this 22-page novel. So who's Alexandria? Alexandra rather, who's the witch, and what happens? How does he cure malaria? All that sort of things. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. That again, I can keep my review spoiler free, so I won't do a deep dive into it. This collection was published decades ago. For you folks, the name of my channel, The Worst Thing About New Books, is a quote by a French philosopher named Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And so a short story that was published decades ago is definitely an older work, right, that we sometimes have forgotten about. Never read anything by Madeline L'Engle except for A Wrinkle in Time, so it's fun to read this. It's fun, it's interesting, but it's not hugely great. I'd probably only give this a 7 out of 10 for you folks. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun little distraction, but it wasn't this massively great thing. I don't think it used its 22 pages long. Well, 35 minutes it took to read it in this smaller novel size collection for you folks. So there you are. Go ahead and leave it to it. Have you read the last Poor Little Saturday? If so, what'd you think about it? By Madeline L'Engle. Would you like to talk about it in the comments below, or would you curious to hear my 7 out of 10? If so, let's talk about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, why not hit the subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and I'm missing you.